A disgraceful trick. At Marlborough Street on Monday, William Avenel, a chimney sweep of Adam and Eve Court, and Frederick W. Moore, a carver and gilder of Carlisle Street, were charged with being disorderly and with assaulting Henry Edward Leake, an oil and colour man in Berners Street. The prosecutor, a little man, deposed that about 5 o'clock on Saturday afternoon he went into a public house in Berners Street and there was accosted by several men. The two prisoners followed him out and accused him of being Jack the Ripper, and told him they were detectives in private clothes and should arrest him. They dragged him through several streets into Newman Street, threatening him in a most brutal manner. And when he appealed to the passers-by to assist him, the men told them he was Jack the Ripper, and they were detectives taking him to the station. He told them that he had delivered some oil at 62 Berners Street, and they said they would see whether this statement was correct. When they got to the house, he sprang away from them, rushed downstairs and hid himself. The prisoners followed him, and Avenel, entering the kitchen, where about 14 young ladies were at tea, told them that Jack the Ripper was in the house, and that he was a detective and had come to arrest him. The young ladies screamed, and Avenel came and fetched him out, when the girls exclaimed, "Why, that's our little oil man!" Madame Muntz, who lived there, came down, and Avenel told her that they were detectives, but he had no authority with him. And that statement he also repeated to the policeman who locked the defendants up on a charge of assaulting him, Leake. He was quite ill from the treatment he had received. He denied that he at first had said his name was Smith, and that he was drunk and in serious trouble. Madame Muntz, the occupier of the house, and one of her apprentices deposed to the prisoner and 2 other men coming in, and to Avenel stating that there was a strange man there and that he was a detective. They also saw him seize Leake, whom Mrs. Muntz had known for years as her oil man, by the throat, and drag him out of the house. The constable in the case stated that Avenel told him that Leake was Jack the Ripper, and as the police would not do their duty, he was doing it for them. Moore came out of the house and tried to run away. Leake was quite sober, but Avenel was not. The defense was that when Leake entered the public house, someone remarked, "Here's a funny little man. Perhaps he's Jack the Ripper." Avenel asked him what was the matter with him, and he said he was in trouble, that his name was Smith, and that he was a tin plate worker and lived at 62 Berners Street. Avenel said he would see him home, and left with Moore and a man named Bennett for that purpose. Avenel knew that Leake had no right to number 62, so when he ran in there he gave an alarm, but did not say that he was a detective or that Leake was Jack the Ripper. Moore stood on the stairs and said it was time to leave off the foolish joke, and Bennett went away. Mr. Hannay remanded the men for a week to give the prosecutor an opportunity of commencing a civil action, and to enable the police to charge Avenel with the offense of pretending to be a detective.